Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video. This is another paid request from good friend John the Zero Cool. Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you so much. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. I also have a second YouTube channel just in case anything happens. I have an Odysee channel which has some of my older stuff archived, and we'll go from there. But he had a topic, and he did a video on this about, what happened to creating stars, what happened to creating movie stars. Because, back to the day, you would have, quote, movie stars, whether it be Will Smith, whether it be a Tom Cruise, whether it be Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. It's not really the case nowadays. There are actors. I think what it is, long story short, and sadly this is right, I think there was a notion to realize that sadly the era of the movie star is over. I mean, with the way actors are nowadays, a lot of them don't have that bigger than life persona or presence or personality or that it factor that really make them stand out from a crowd like people were back in the day. As kind of people that either, yeah, they're a good actor or they're a bad actor, but they just fit into the assembly line because they fit in more with playing by the rules or conforming to what these studios and companies want from them. Better listen to Disney, better do what Disney tells you, better do what Marvel tells you, better do what all these other companies tell you. Or they conform to a political identity, or they conform to whatever is asked of them. There's not a lot of rebellion of the newer generation, I should say, compared to the old. What I was saying before is that in a way, studios kind of realize that people don't flock to a movie just because it stars someone. Because every star or potential star will have movies that bomb or movies that underperform. And idea just with the way new folks are brought up and the way they're taught to behave and the way, again, they want to be part of that industry, Hollywood assembly line. How many of us even, back to the day, we go see a film, oh, I like that actor, I want to see where he's going next. A lot of times, because of poor writing or terrible direction, or like that's what you want to do with the way things have changed in terms of the industry, in terms of making movies, in terms of how they want to attack a movie. A lot of times, they'll make these bad films that underperform, like I said, are bad, and they go, well, you know what? I can't trust this person, or I can't trust this actor, or I can't trust this individual to give me what I want each and every time. I think when you got into a state of this consistent disappointment from a lot of the movie stars in their later careers, because this is a new generation of storytellers and writers and directors that just are falling flat on their face. Think of the last 10 years of Robert De Niro or Al Pacino or Arnold or Stallone, and you may find on one hand the amount of movies you go, I liked that one. Oh, Al Pacino was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I liked that one, or this and that. But for the most part, you get the Arnold killing Gunther, and Terminator Dark Fate, and this consistent state of being let down. So now, when you let down so many times, that movie star idol worship decreases. And you know what? they're not infallible. They're not, having the winning streak anymore. Like I said, the movie stars we grew up with in the 80s, 90s, idea whether because of laziness or just the terrible scripts that they accept or whatever the case may be, bad decisions, bad choices, the whole movie star glow has faded for the longest time. And also, God, I was just tip of my tongue. What was I going to say? I hate that when you have something back to your head and ready just pop it out of there. Oh, another thing that happened was social media, which is true. Back then, there was still a sense of mystery to movie stars, where you knew about them was mostly maybe once in a while you watch a news, or if you want to read a tabloid newspaper, but you would only know mostly from their movies, how they acted, their persona that they portray on screen, and on screen you want to project yourself in a either bigger light or in a certain light that we want you to conceive, we want you to interpret, as this is how this person's portrayed. There's no sense of mystery anymore because social media with Facebook and Twitter is all abound. So when people are consistently forcing their political ideals or saying this and this and this, and you can know everything about them, where they eat, where they took a dump, where they went, how they talk, who they believe in. That mystery, that intrigue lessens. Idea when you know everything about them. And especially in the state of today where so many of these actors are forcing these political ideals, and if you don't conform then you're this and you're this name and you're this name, you're this derogatory term. Why would people ever think of them as a movie star? You think of as almost like a higher platitude in a weird way. Again, that era of mystery is long gone because of social media, and like I said, because of more and more of this, dare I say, toxic political state that again they, you think this way or else. Then you do one of these, and you go piss up a rope. I don't need to deal with your sorry ass anymore. Goodbye. So that doesn't really help in creating stars when you're hearing about them on your Facebook or your Twitter, and with the internet, there'll be 85 websites talking about this one actor, and it's like, oh my god, like, that's what, like, okay. And that stuff kind of lessens. I think it was Tarantino himself that said that there's not movie stars anymore. It's just people don't move. People don't know the actor, they know the character. That's another thing. Like Chris Evans, they know him as he's the Captain America guy. Chris Hemsworth, they know as the Thor guy. So the characters become more important than the actor. On the opposite, Sylvester Stallone is Rambo. So Sylvester Stallone is Rocky. Arnold is the Terminator. And he's the one that really made those. They're the ones who made those characters who they were. Where the characters were big, but the stars, because of their still era mystery, because of just the way films were made differently back in the day, in terms of selling yourself, promoting yourself, in terms of I paused because it said, okay, what, quote, is a movie star? If you look into that, what is, quote, a movie star? A movie star is someone that you look at, and like I said, you look at, again, with a bit of putting them up on a pedestal, which we come to find out, especially in the realm of internet and social media, you can never put someone on a pedestal. Tis much more of their. Yes, in the 80s and 90s, you could find out a person's failings. That's 20-fold, not 10-fold, 20-fold now in terms of the way of the world today, where you'll know every bad thing they've done. Go, oh, okay, well, that's what that person did, and that's what that person did. Okay, you know. And in terms of new movie stars, I mean, look at the way the world is now. The way the world is now is, for the most part, the big films are this known property, like a Star Wars, Marvel, comic book, DC, making these new films based on these old franchises. So people are more attracted to the property. The actors are just roll them up, pull them out of a hat. You're there, you're there, you're there. And it's almost because of this consistent regurgitation of nostalgia, bringing back these old franchises, bringing back all these old properties. They like systematically making the audience programmed, learn whatever, that you have to be excited for the property that's coming back. The property that either was part of your nostalgia or part of your childhood or part of this and that, and see the new interpretation or see the new sequel and this and that. And maybe you like the actor or maybe you dislike the actor, but that property will shine better than the person, because maybe just, people nowadays then more and more programmed into that. In the Marvel universe, yeah, it's got this person, this person, this person, but the Marvel universe. It's talking about the Marvel universe. It's talking about this character from the comic book, and all that stuff. Well, I was saying also before, a lot of times, like, they'll have a hit film and then they jump into something immediately doesn't quite have as much of finesse or as much of a. That's another thing, is that actors, it seems, they don't pick the best projects, it seems, to follow up on their success. Like Chris Evans, what other projects has he done other than Captain America in recent years? Chris Pratt, I mean, what, the Tomorrow War, and which I wasn't big on, and can't remember what else. Is I like him as an actor, but I just don't feel him as a movie star. Tom Holland doing Spider-Man, what? He did Uncharted, which was terrible. He did the Chaos Walking that no one watched. So yeah, they don't know how to trade movie stars nowadays. And because they think movie stars are passé, they think, well, audience nowadays will not go see a film just because an actor is in it. Again, the general audience has gotten to their frame of mind that we need to see that famous property that's familiar to me or to you or to us, and that is the way they sell it. That's the way they market it. They don't go starring blah blah blah. Remember after they starring this. No. They don't market it. They don't promote it with who stars in it. They promote with, this is the property, and this is the history of the property, and this is the background, and this is what it's based on. This video game, this movie, blah blah blah. And then the movie stars you think of are ones from an era where a lot of times they got famous for something that was an original product. Rocky was Stallone writing, directing an original character. What was it? Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. A lot of the, Al Pacino, doing films like Dog Day Afternoon and Justice for All and The Godfather. Although that's based on previous material, to be fair, but it was a different animal compared to stuff nowadays. Robert De Niro, Taxi Driver and stuff. So, I think about trailers back to the day. They were promoted starring, blah, blah, blah. We need to sell it for who stars in it. Do they really sell movies nowadays for who stars in it? No, they sell it with, oh, this it's this character and it's this universe and it's this product and it's this stuff from your past. Like even the Mario movie. Are they selling the new Super Mario Brothers film for who stars in it? No. They'll show, oh, this person, this person, this person, this person. Like, look how so many times they market films. They go to the end, they go, this name, this name, this name, this name, this name, this name, this name. It's just, oh, by the way, in case, that's who's in it. But they're selling more on Mario. They're selling, and that's the thing. It's these established franchises that is the main selling point for a lot of the product today. That gets the mainstream attention. The mainstream attention is mostly product that will sell nowadays to the most eyes of the audience, and it's something that they almost have been programmed to seek out less original content and more familiar or nostalgic sequels, remakes, reboots, comic books, all that stuff. And the industry, because they saw dollar signs, it's been turned into that. I mean, remember back in the day how action heroes used to be. Action heroes used to be you had to learn. You had to either be in bodybuilding, or you had to learn how to fight, or you had to learn how to do martial arts. But then instead, no, you need a suit, and you need to do this and that. And then got into the world of Matt Damon and all these other folks. You don't see it happening right then and there, but then when you go 5, 10 years, you look back and go, oh shit. It really has changed. Same way it is nowadays. And it's not changing anytime soon. Because then you may like an actor, but I can't see a new movie star. It'd have to be someone that really comes in and blows out of the water and surprise of, oh wow, I didn't see that coming, and I didn't see that coming, that surprised me. And be consistent. Be consistent to the extent of, okay, we sell it for that person, and people. It also doesn't help that you have so many other avenues to watch a film, so they don't feel compelled to go see a movie at the theater, let alone because they're interested in an actor. They're like, I mean, nowadays YouTube and TikTok are more their stars for a lot of the mainstream audience. Their stars, like their version of movie stars, is YouTube and TikTokers. And let's be honest, a lot of the, if not mainstream, but I think a lot of the paying audience, they know more about you. They watch more YouTube than movies. They watch TikTok more than movies. So movie stars just don't have the same effect on the new generation of watching stuff on this compared to how it was back in the day. And apparently the cat feels the same way. He's crying out for the past. Well, sorry, man. It just ain't coming back. At least not anytime soon. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.